In an unexpected twist of events, Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction has been overturned. Let's take a step back for a moment. In the year 2020, Harvey Weinstein, once a titan of Hollywood, was sentenced to serve 23 years in prison. He was convicted of multiple sexual assault charges that rocked the entertainment industry and sparked a global conversation around power, influence, and consent. But now, in a move that has left many reeling, Weinstein's conviction has been overturned by an appeals court in New York. The reasons? Alleged prejudicial rulings and errors in admitting testimony of uncharged prior sexual acts. This decision has opened the door to the possibility of a new trial, throwing the proverbial cat amongst the pigeons. The reactions to this news have been as diverse as they are emotive. Weinstein's accusers, who had fought long and hard for justice, expressed shock and disappointment. The thought of potential retrials and the re-traumatization that could come with it has raised concerns. The public too has been taken aback. After all, this is a man who was seen as a symbol of the dark underbelly of Hollywood. His conviction a triumph for the #Me Too movement. But it's not just shock and disappointment that has followed this news. There's also been a sense of disbelief, a questioning of the very system that allowed this to happen. How could a man, once convicted and sentenced, find himself on the brink of a potential new trial? The answer lies in the intricate and often confounding world of legal proceedings, a world where loopholes and technicalities can turn the tables in unexpected ways. The overturning of Weinstein's conviction is not just about one man. It's about the survivors who bravely shared their stories, the public who rallied behind them, and a movement that sought to bring about a seismic shift in attitudes towards sexual assault. It's about justice and the question of whether it can truly be served. This revelation has undoubtedly sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. This didn't happen overnight. Let's trace back to the events that led to this shocking turn. This story begins with the initial charges against Harvey Weinstein, where he was accused of multiple sex crimes, leading to his first trial. The trial was a media circus, with testimonies from numerous accusers, some of whom were well-known figures. Weinstein vehemently denied all charges. The verdict came in, and Weinstein was found guilty, sentenced to 23 years in prison. But this was far from the end of the story. Almost immediately, Weinstein's defense team began the appeal process. They argued that his trial was riddled with constitutional violations and prejudicial rulings, a claim that would become the cornerstone of their appeal. One of the primary arguments made by the defense was the inclusion of testimonies about uncharged crimes which they contended were character attacks and not evidence of guilt. They insisted these testimonies unfairly skewed the perception of Weinstein, leading to his conviction. Another major point of contention was the cross-examination process. Weinstein's team argued that he was subjected to questioning on unrelated allegations, a move they claimed was designed to tarnish his reputation further. Throughout the appeal process, Weinstein's defense team remained resolute, continually asserting that his trial was marred by constitutional violations. They fought tooth and nail, pushing back against every ruling and every piece of evidence presented against him. Weinstein's defense team has been relentless, pushing for this outcome since his conviction. Their dogged determination has led us to this point where Weinstein's conviction has been overturned, a decision that has sent shockwaves through the world. But this is only one chapter in a much larger story. As we continue to delve into this case, we'll uncover the legal loopholes that allowed for such a reversal and discuss what lies ahead for Weinstein, his accusers, and the justice system at large. The legal landscape is complex and often unpredictable. The legal twists and turns in the Harvey Weinstein case are a testament to this fact. The New York Appeals Court overturned Weinstein's conviction, citing errors in the trial procedures. Let's delve into the specifics. The court found that there were issues with how testimony of uncharged prior sexual acts was admitted. Essentially, the court felt that the trial judge had allowed too much leeway, allowing in testimony about events that Weinstein was not actually charged with. This, the court held, could have unduly influenced the jury, painting a picture of Weinstein as a habitual offender, which was not what he was on trial for. The court also took issue with the cross-examination of unrelated allegations. This is a delicate area in the law. On one hand, it's crucial to ensure that the defendant's rights are protected. On the other hand, there's a risk that excluding such evidence could shield repeated offenders. It's a fine line that the courts must tread, and in this case, the appeals court felt that the balance was off. This is not an isolated incident. The trial proceedings of Bill Cosby offer a stark parallel. His sexual assault conviction was also overturned due to a legal technicality, specifically a prior agreement with a prosecutor not to charge him. This sparked a significant debate about the role of such agreements in the justice system. These cases highlight the potential implications for other high-profile cases. They underscore the importance of ensuring that trials are conducted properly, respecting both the rights of the accused and the victims. The role of prior bad acts evidence and cross-examinations in sexual assault cases is likely to come under increased scrutiny, potentially leading to reforms in how such cases are handled in the future. This case has exposed some of the intricate complexities and grey areas within our legal system. The challenge now is to learn from these instances and strive for a system that is both fair and just. The overturning of Weinstein's conviction is not the end of the story. Indeed, this plot twist has sparked a new beginning, a sequel if you will, as prosecutors gear up for a potential retrial. Weinstein, already serving a 23-year sentence in New York, also faces a barrage of charges in Los Angeles, where a conviction for rape is expected to be upheld. This legal battle is far from over, and the scales of justice continue to teeter. Yet the ripple effects of this decision reach far beyond the courtroom. Advocates for sexual assault survivors and leaders of the #MeToo movement have voiced their disappointment and concern. This decision, they argue, could potentially discourage survivors from coming forward, fearing that their traumatic experiences might be negated by legal technicalities. Moreover, the decision has sparked a broader debate about the handling of sexual assault cases. The use of prior bad acts testimony, a cornerstone of both the Cosby and Weinstein trials, has been called into question. The potential impact on future cases is yet to be seen, but legal experts are closely watching these developments. But perhaps the most poignant aspect of this aftermath is the potential re-traumatization of Weinstein's accusers. The prospect of a retrial means these individuals may be forced to relive their experiences, to once again face the man they accuse of violating their trust and their bodies. Yet, amidst the uncertainty and disappointment, there is a glimmer of hope. This decision has ignited a conversation, a global discourse on the way we handle sexual assault cases. It has highlighted the need for legal reforms and a more empathetic approach towards survivors. While this chapter may have closed, the book is far from over. The world waits, watches, and hopes for justice.